AlgeBros, Professor AlgeBro at you. We are fixing to do long division, but before I do that, I want to go back to what you learned in school. Now, when you divide this, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to see how many times 5 can go into the first number. It doesn't go in there at all. How many times can 5 go completely into 12? Well, twice. So you have 5 times 2. All right? So 2 times 5 is 10. Now, you multiply it, and before you combine, you have to change the sign. All right? So 12 minus 10 is 2. You bring down the 5, and the next thing you say is how many times does 5 go into 5? 5 times. So 5 times 5 is 25. Before you combine, you change the sign. And this time, you have no remainder. Okay? Now, I want to show you another one. Okay? Now, here's what I'd like for you to do. I want you to try this one on your own. Pause the video, and let's see if you get the answer. Okay, we're back. So, does 6 go into 1? No, but it goes into 12. How many times? It goes in 2 times. Okay, 6 times 2 is 12. Now, you bring down the 3. 6 can't go into 3, so you have that placeholder, but now you add in another, okay? Bring the decimal point, and you now say, can 6 go into 30? And you say, yes, it goes in 5 times. 6 times 5. Now, listen. So here's the deal. This was the remainder, so 20.5 is actually 20 and 1/2. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to take all this concept and we're going to bring it up here, and I'm going to show you how we do it. Now, first things first. This is a quadratic. This is a linear binomial, okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to look and see how many times x can go into x squared. So this is what we do. We take x squared over x, and x squared divided by x is x times. So you're going to put x here. So this is what you're going to say. X goes in, x times x is x squared, okay? And x times 2 is 2x. Now, I'm not going to put the positive sign. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Remember, as we did in long division, before I combine, I must change the signs, okay? So this is a 0 pair. Negative 3x minus 2x is negative 5x. Bring down the negative 15. Now, you ask, how many times does x go into negative 5x? And those of y'all that know how to simplify a rational, negative 5x over x is negative 5. So that's minus 5. So watch carefully. Negative 5 times x is negative 5x. We do put the sign, and I'll show you why we can do that. And negative 5 times 2, negative 5 times 2 is, let's see, that is negative 10. Before we combine, we change the sign. Now watch carefully. This goes away, but negative 5 plus 10 is negative 5. Now, this is our remainder, so watch what we do. We say minus 5 over x plus 2. Okay, so that's how we do this. I'm going to give you one with some more instructions here, but that's how we do that. All right, now. Now, before you go on, you go, okay, you missed one. No, there's a reason why I did that, and I'll show you in just a second. Let's go back to this. If I'm going to take 5 and divide it into 10, 15, if I don't have that placeholder there, I'm not actually dividing by 1,015. I'm dividing by 115, correct? So I'll do something up here, but see, basically, you have to have that because it's a placeholder. So 5 goes into 1. No, 5 goes into 10 twice. Okay, that brings that. Can't go into that, but it goes into that 3 times. Okay, so watch the concept. Okay, and you're saying, okay, what do you mean? I am missing an exponent to the second power, so I'm going to move all this over. So instead of it being plus x minus 5, it's going to be plus 0 x squared plus x minus 5. And it doesn't really matter about that, but I have to have a placeholder for any missing exponent. Now, you do the same thing we did. How many times does x cubed go into, how many times does x go into x cubed? And x cubed over x is x squared. So x squared times x is x cubed. X squared times -1 is negative x squared. But before we combine, what do? We change the sign. So we change this sign and this sign. All right? Now, that goes away. 0 plus x squared is x squared. What am I going to do? I'm going to bring down plus x. Start the process over again. How many times is x squared? Or how many times does x go into x squared? It goes in x times, because x times x is x squared, so that is a positive x. So we do it again. X times x is x squared. X times -1 is negative x. Same thing, before we combine, we change the signs. Now, 0 pair, x plus x is 2x, and then we bring down the 5. Last part, you go, how many times does x go into 2x? So 2x over x equals 2. So that's positive 2. So 2 times x is 2x. 2 times -1 is -2. But before we combine, we change the sign. That goes away, and I'm left with a remainder of -3 over x minus 1. No matter where you go, math is there. Later, dudes.
AlgeBros, if you like what you saw, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Later.